Hello everyone, it's me. Today, I am actually taking out my hair, but I'm actually watching Parker Get a Job's YouTube video. And if you don't know who Parker is a 21-year-old dude who debates people mainly about religion and Donald Trump and, other politics things. But watching his debate was so compelling that I couldn't wait until my hair was done to make a video about 10 reasons why the Donald Trump voters hate people and why I'm going to be demolishing these reasons and make these reasons not reasons and just them being just rude, mad, and idiotic and dumb and hateful people. Instead of putting you know, this is the reason, but no, it's your feelings. And feelings don't compare to facts. So the number one thing that I'm going to be talking about that why people voted for Donald Trump to begin with is the deportation, the illegal immigrants problem. Okay, if you don't know who Donald Trump is, which you probably do, but let me give you a short summary about him. He's a guy who has away words, away words so, evil, hatred that people like him because of the way he speaks. I guess because they would rather see their buddies who are racist in the same format and idea and ideal and same mental capacity as the one who should be the president. I'll give you an example. Presidents throughout, history have always been, I wouldn't say polite because, the only president that fits that category that's the best president is Abraham Lincoln. But, the presidents, before, they never really spoke in a way that Donald Trump has, which is always speaking their mind, literally, always speaking their mind, zero repercussions. If John F. Kennedy said, "I'm going to grab women by their pussies," I don't think people would see him in the same light as, him being a professional president. So I feel like that is also a reason why people voted for Donald Trump, because they see Donald Trump as someone who is someone that they can personally be friends with. But a president is not supposed to make you feel that kind of way. A president isn't supposed to be someone who you can see as your friend. A president is supposed to be someone who is high power and professional and controls you, essentially. And your friends don't do that, okay? Your friends will never do that. I hope not. So I can look, the inside looking in, I feel like people voted for Donald Trump because the way he speaks is so, zero repercussions, zero, thinking process behind what most of the bad things he's said. It's giving, this is what my friends joke about all the time. It's giving dark humor, something. And my friends would literally say, "I grab women by their pussies," and say a whole bunch of sexist shit. I'm able to walk into underage girls' changing rooms because I own the place. That's something that dumb white men would say in a friend group, not the president. So anyways, Donald Trump is just a guy who has a way with words, and people vote for him because of the policies that he has in place and saying he's placed, but nothing has been done as of yet, other than deporting illegal immigrants. Now, that's the number one topic for today: illegal immigrants. The concern over border security, criminal jobs, competition, and exchange of public resources. Now, I want you guys to think about something before you put illegal immigrants in front of it. Before you didn't say illegal people joining the USA, okay? Not every illegal immigrant is a wicked person who's going to rape, kill, and murder everyone in America. Okay, those will be terrorists. The only reason why, the only reason I see fit, and usually it's the majority white, there is a problem with people illegally crossing the American borders, is because they want to be safe. They think America is this great old country. Well, it's not, and they want to live with either their family in this great American system. They trying to live a better life essentially. So them, like every Donald Trump supporter, everyone who has this mindset that every illegal should be kicked out of America because they came in here illegally. Most of those illegal immigrants are coming in here to live a better life, not to rape women, and not to kill children, and not to murder everyone in the USA. Keep that in mind. Those are terrorists. Now there are a lot. Well, not a lot, not most, but there are a lot of immigrants who've done those such things. Now, they're not the people who are have a store. They're not the people who have a working job in the USA. Like I don't know. I wouldn't say working as a doctor, but like something professional. They're not people who have children. Okay, that came here legally. Those are not the people who are raping and killing children. So keep that in mind. So Donald Trump is just swifting people away, just like that, just because they came in here illegally, is utterly insane. Now, I'm going to give you an example. If someone came into a place that you are now the president of or control over, and the whole reason, well, majority of those people, the reason why they came into your town was because the town that they came from was highly disturbing, like Mexico or other places that don't have the number one amendment, which is free speech, placed in order in their country. It's just a straight up terrible country to live in. Would you make them swiftly away because they didn't get that check mark for you? They didn't come to you and say green light, like you didn't give them the green light for them to enter to your town. Even though, they didn't do anything wrong, they didn't come to you and do it as the way that you would like to do it. They didn't do anything wrong, though. They're not harmful people, most of them, and they actually have children. Would you take them away? Would you immediately sweep them away just because they didn't give you that green light? Or they didn't come to you for that green light? I wouldn't. Okay? Not for the ones who, was making a ruckus and being misbehaving. I would immediately swift them out. No hesitant involved. Okay? So there always has to be a process for things, and the process, especially in the country that is great and everyone wants to come to, it should be a respectful and clean process. Okay, and the process of deportation and illegal immigration, it shouldn't be as quick as possible. No questions asked. Break into your house, ICE breaks into your house and takes you away. It shouldn't be like that. That's giving like Iran. Like, it's giving like you don't care about the people, okay? That's what it's giving. Like, it's no process. Your name didn't register, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to break into your home, the home that you worked an American job to get, that you have a family with, a man who was born in America, who's not an illegal immigrant, not to just take you away like you're nothing, okay? And have you wondered why people are not coming and doing it legally too? Like, there's some shady shit going on in the borders on both sides. Okay, there is a reason why, even though they're working 20 years, let's say they're working, they build their restaurant to up. Okay, ground to up. They build their restaurant. They're just an illegal immigrant. There's a reason why during those whole 20 years they didn't come and get them checked. There is a reason for that, because there is a lot of shitty shit. Not saying just because there's shitty shit going on that you shouldn't do the legal thing. I'm just saying, like, there is a reason for everything, and if the reason is scaring people to go and get their legal papers, getting their green flag to come in, that is it looks like that's a problem. Yes, there are people who are entering the States all over the place, not just Mexico, so don't place the blame all on people from Mexico coming in here and doing such crimes, because nobody gets these crimes from nowhere. But at the same time, it's not most, and is definitely not all. Next is the trans rights and visibility. You already know what the fuck I meant by that first word. Transgender. What do you think when I said that to you? Did you feel disgust? Because that's what most people feel Trump supporters or people who are just closed off to society, such as Christians, feel when I say that word. Now, this is what transgender means to me. Somebody who changed themselves for the better. Not for you, not so they can enter into a bathroom to touch women inappropriately, vice versa. Not to sit there and be in children's spaces, not to be more trusted in community, not for any of those reasons. It's to change themselves for themselves, okay? I've never been trans before. Me and you, who hasn't been trans before, would never know what they will go through, but I can only imagine. Because I've went through multiple changes in me, okay? I went from someone who didn't speak up, who was doing things for other people, unhappy, to someone who has pink hair, who's very vibrant, who is very different from society, okay? Now, I don't want to compare and contrast, and it's definitely not the same level, but it's definitely going under some serious changes, especially changes that people usually look at you weird for some reason, even though it has nothing to do with them, okay? Now, this can go with everything on this list that have to do with people, such as the immigration or, the deportation of human beings, okay, who want to live a better life, okay? They are not transitioning into the opposite gender to sneak into women's bathrooms so they can rape them, because the real rapists out there do it anywhere. They do it in trains. They do it out in the open. They do it in the alleyway. They'll do it in bathrooms, in women's bathrooms. They'll sneak into bathrooms and rape you. The real rapists who don't care enough to even get consent. Not simple, but if you take some time, you get to know the girl, you get to know the man, a lot can happen. Okay, not sexually, but a lot can happen. But anyways, the real rapists who don't care, okay, to get a consent, a yes or no, will do it no matter what, okay? They've done it before. Why do they need to transition into a girl or a boy to be welcome into the goddamn bathroom? Dude, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Who is doing that? If you were a rapist, would you sit there and take, boob injections, take pills to change your whole, the way your system has been working to accommodate you and how you feel, okay? To rape people? No. Okay? No. Okay? And this is even less percentage than people who are in the immigrant, basically what I'm saying, there's more people who are coming into America for a better life, not to rape and kill everyone in America, like they're trying to put it. There's more people who are doing that than that, and selling drugs, of course. So less than that, there are a heavy percentage of people who actually are doing this to make themselves feel better, so they can live a happier life, so they can live their true, authentic selves, than raping people and trying to beat women at sports and try to beat, just do all that gay shit. Okay? Do all that dumb shit. Who's doing that? I'm not doing that. I definitely wouldn't be doing that. Would you? But if you've ever formed or tried to form into your true self, you have to make a lot of sacrifices. Because being your true authentic self, okay, no matter who you are not doing it for the public. You're doing it for yourself. And that is a decision that a lot of people struggle with, okay? Because you go out in public every day. I go out in public every day. So being who I am, which is not, normalized, or people see me as a crazy person, it's kind of hard, because it's just like, if a lot of people see me as a crazy person, if a lot of people see me as someone who's not normal, I need to change myself for these other people. But that's when I have to stop you right there. These people might think you're crazy, but at the same time, at the end of the day, they don't care about you. They never will care about you. People don't care about nothing but themselves. So who cares about the people who don't care about you, don't like what you're doing? Like, that sounds absurd, okay? Matters what you are doing. And everyone is unusual to somebody. Everyone. Most people are. No one is seen as a completely normal person, okay? You might be a little weirder than others, or you might be a little bit normal than weird, but no one is completely normal, so keep that in mind. And also, please put yourself in somebody else's position. It's really not that hard. I mean, I don't know why people don't do that. Like, if I was a boy, which I will never would ever want to do, okay? But if I was a boy and I feel like a girl and I know I feel like I know I'm a girl, you know, I have this burning sensation of being a girl, then I'm going to be a girl. And you would too. Like, if you're a boy, you like being a boy so much, I know you do, okay? If you were in a girl's body, what would you do? Would you continue being a girl? But you like being a boy. You love being a boy. So you would be a boy. It's not that hard to just... It's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. Like, I love having pink hair. I really do. I incorporate it into every braiding hairstyle, you know? I feel like that's a part of me. Even though, you know, people look at you weirdly, a lot of people admire you as well, you know? Like, oh, that's different. I don't see people with that, you know? Be your true self. Not for, you know, compliments, for you at the end of the day. And that's what trans people are doing. And they have to do it more than what I've done and what you've done. Okay? They have to be their true selves more. And let me tell you why. Not only have they have to, you know, accept it and truly believe it and not break from it, okay? Because there's been times where I've, like, gotten cowardly and was like, okay, I'm just going to do it for other people and not do it for me. Like, the dumbest move I've ever done, you know? But, you know, truly do it, because when they truly they know that they are not in the right, you know, they have to tell their parents, you know, because a lot of the trans people that I know, or I know more underage trans people than, you know, adult trans people, like under the age of 18. So not only do you have to tell the people who are providing a roof over your head that, yo, I need your help, you know, you also have to, like, not accept, but, like, consider, like, them, like, completely shunning you just because of who you truly are, okay? So they have to go, and then on top of that, you know, surgery could be an option for some. You know, hormones are a big part on what makes a human body, or not human body, like every living mammal organized, like, not mammal, like everything, every creature besides if you're fucking bacteria. Hormones are a big part of what makes you, okay? So they have to restart, you know, their hormone. Like, if they're a girl, they have to take testosterone, and if they're a guy, you know, they have to take estrogen. Like, they have to redo, like, it's a bunch of things that they have to do to be what they truly are, which is a man or a girl, or both, okay? So they're not like, that takes a lot of courage to do. Can you admit that? Give credit where credit's due. It takes a lot of it to be that. Okay? It takes a lot of it. Okay? And if you know, the famous, like, trans girl, her name is Lily. I don't know if she has a last name, but Lily, if I would get upset at the waitress as well. I would get very upset with the waitress if they called me a man and I'm a girl. I will fuck, especially if I told him in advance to don't call me that. Yes, everyone makes mistakes, but, like, just because you make a mistake doesn't mean I'm supposed to, like, not get mad at you still, okay? Even though it's a mistake. Jeffrey Dahmer said he made a mistake killing people. Am I supposed to forgive him? Okay, and yes, I'm comparing the two because this is how I look at it. If I'm taking hormones. My family shunned me most of the time. Most of the time, trans people, families shun them for them becoming who they truly are. Shun them. If I had to go through all of that, some get boob implants. Like that's a lot of work. Feminization surgery. I'm talking from a trans girl. Then I get into a trans man because I don't forget. But like, I know mostly trans girls. Like I spoke to them, I'm friends with them. Like I like they tell me, and I'm like, oh my god, like they have to go through a whole bunch, like trans people in general, but like go through a whole lot, get their penis cut off, like just for someone to call you he, like that is like even though like it's not that serious, but like it like that is a lot. That is a lot. That could like affect me if I was in that kind of predicament, like for real. And then the trans men, like a whole lot. I don't know a lot of people, so this is where I get my information, like Google, TikTok, and knowing people of this sort. But I don't know a lot of trans men. But like getting your boobs cut off, like that's a big thing. Taking testosterone, and then like your voice, like boys' voices are very deep, so like that's a heavy change. Like even though they want to sound like a man because they're a man, but like going through all of that, because I feel like that is like a quicker process. Not a quicker process, but like in like the hormone levels, you can see more results in a quicker process than trans women, because your voice drops, trans men, like a trim men, and then you get facial hair like that, you like people can I feel like they, anyways, I'm like, okay, whatever, but like anyways, that's a lot to do, okay? Especially if you were raised for this amount of years being something you're not, and then going over this change, that's a lot to do. Just for you to be accused like of a rapist and a pedophile because you just want to have the right to use the bathroom. Like, and it's not even like, this is not even like an epidemic. Like, whenever I go, I have to use the bathroom. But like, just for it to be there and it's not there, it's crazy. And it's not even that serious. It's a goddamn bathroom, dude. Okay? If you want to make a big problem over, we don't know which one's a girl, we don't know which one's a man, then just make like 9 separate bathrooms with a bathroom, one toilet, bathroom, one toilet. Just do that if it's really that deep, okay? Because it's really not. It's really not. I've seen, well, not seen, like a couple trans people in the bathroom, girls, and they don't really stand out. It's just like I just have an eye for everything. I'm a serial observer. But like and they talk about it in the restrooms. Like I've seen them, and I'm like oh my god, like I don't think about, oh, they're gonna rape me or some shit like that. I don't think about that. I don't think about like what's your real intention being using the bathroom. Like I don't think about that. Okay, obviously in the bathroom, you use the bathroom not to plan an evil scam to kidnap this girl's babies and rape her. And there's possibilities for everything. Like there could be a person out there who's trans, who transitioned just so they can go into public restrooms and join, sports that they might be better or less better than, the gender that they're at. There might be, but there's a might be for everything. There's a might be for the sun to burst up in flames. Even though it's an extremely small percentage. Is anyone worrying about the sun exploding? I am, because I'm an overthinker, but majority of people are not thinking about that, and you shouldn't either, because it's a small percentage. Like, next topic, gun rights. No one's gonna take guns away. I mean, like, I think that's actually inevitable, but will it be better to have guns or not? Have guns do good or bad? Has the weapon been built to do good or to take people's lives? And that's what has been going on. More percentages than any of the things I've been talking about. The percentage is high. especially in school buildings, especially in like robberies. They kill a bunch of people because they have a gun in their hand. And if they didn't have the gun in their hand, they wouldn't kill that much people. They wouldn't even be in those facilities if they didn't have a gun in their hand. Okay? So you want to worry about children. You want to worry about children. Oh, children are getting raped because of this trans girl. Oh, children are getting raped by these immigrants. They're getting killed. So let's worry about children in the schools. Okay? I haven't witnessed a school shooting, but a couple of my friends have. Okay? Now, the percentage is, I would say it's an in-between, whether it being between high and low. But, like, I had multiple friends, and 7 of my friends, different schools that I've had, said they've been in a school shooting before. Several. It should be none. Okay? So let's worry about that. So I don't know what scenario you think will be happening to the point where you need to have 7 and 8 guns in your house. But let's talk about the school, okay? Multiple men, not transgender women, not transgender men, multiple men who identify as what you identify as a white person have done the unspeakable act and is fighting for the same exact rights, which is gun rights and shooting up schools. Why are we worrying about them kind of men? Why are we worrying about if trans men, deserve to have a girlfriend because they don't have a penis? Because I've seen those shit on TikTok. Yeah, okay? Let's worry about those. Multiple school shootings, multiple children, because school is for people under the age of 18. Multiple underage children has been shot and killed in the school building, and most children don't want to attend school. So imagine dying in a place you hate. And there's still no justification for your death. Yeah, people is going to obviously say it's terrible, but let's get rid of the actual problem as a whole. Now, if you don't know, I love my guns. I do. I love my AK-47, my pistol, my silent pistol, my shotgun. I love all the typical guns I have for work, okay? But if there was a law and I was the main one who said, I was the only one who can make this a possibility to have guns or to not, I would say not, okay? Because it's gotten to worse predicaments than good. Yeah, you're gonna kill somebody with them, but at the same time, consider all the possibility of having that gun in your hand, dude. Consider it all. Now, I'm people have said to me when I talk about this, well, people have been stabbed multiple times with knives. You're gonna get rid of knives? No, dude. No. The problem is not, the weapon that kills. It's the weapon that kills more, which is, bombs and shit like that, and also guns. So maybe not guns to be taken as a whole. It should be it should be more checks and more background checks on the people who are purchasing these guns. Because if I go in a gun store and a teenage 6-year-old guy show me his fake ID asking for, I don't know, AK-47 or a gun, I'm like, bitch, you're gonna shoot up a goddamn school. People don't care. They just care about the money, which is sickly, over children's lives. I'm not giving him a gun, or I'm gonna give, if I am, because I'm gonna do a background check. At least call the police and tell the police, give them a little warning about the dude. Okay, do some checks on them. Do some checks. Do some background checks on the people who are purchasing these guns. Okay, please. And then the Second Amendment right, self-defense and freedom. Now, I never, I have, but I'm talking about normal people. Normal people don't really have to worry about they do, they can worry about it, but it's not likely for someone to randomly attack you and you need to pull out your gun, okay, and shoot them to death. That's not a high possibility as the way that they're again portraying. These people are portraying like they think it's like a 30%, which is a high percent, but like for that there's always going to be a stranger who's going to break into your house and who's going to come up to you and you should always got your gun on you or some shit like that. No, that's not a possibility, dude. That's not. And the people who are doing that to you are men. So keep that in mind. This one I never really I hear about it, but like no facts providing it. So I'm just gonna see what I believe. So election beliefs about voters or voter fraud, election rigging, especially in 2020. We know that, and demanding for a stricter voting laws. Definitely stricter voting laws, because when I saw Kamala Harris losing, and all I see, whatever the town I drove, whatever the state I drove, which was 3 during the election, all about Kamala Harris. Now, I'm just not saying only I see 3 states like strictly promoting Kamala Harris. That means like, but like was a lot of people that switched over to Kamala Harris, and the fact that Donald Trump won, like the voting saw, like I remember looking, like it was like 21, which was Kamala Harris, and like 67 for Donald Trump. I was like, who is voting? I've seen a lot of advertisements for Kamala Harris, not close to 0 to Donald Trump, and all of a sudden he wins. Now I feel like, hey, but like at the same time, there's nothing I'm not going to do about that. Like I'm not going to go and waste my time saying, "Oh my God, like this." It was crazy. Like Kamala Harris should have won that. So this is right. Like I'm not doing that, but it looks like But I'm not promoting that because it is what it is. But people didn't do that back in 2020 when Biden won. People did weird ass conspiracy theories. Like I was like, dude, like what do you think you can do? Okay, he's already the president. Like move on. Like Donald Trump is the president. Move on. Like. Not move on from like all the bad things he's done, like, but it's like there's a point where you need to shut the fuck up about it. Like, I'm not still gonna preach Kamala Harris if Donald Trump won. So like, anyways, so definitely I feel like what should be is look background checks on everyone who's voting, okay? Because you could you can elect a felon into the presidency. He could be the first president who is ever a felon to be elected. So we need to worry about things like that. Like if we elect a felon just because of things he said, but it's never been done as of yet. So, we already did that? Oh. The fact that that is even happened or continues to happen is crazy. But like, that's what I feel like. Or like at least half of the voters should have a background check, because that's like over 300 million people you're going to give background checks on. But give background checks on and see like, this guy is he a racist? Like, does he live in a country like close from everyone? Like, them kind of backtrack. Like, was he ever racist? Has he been arrested before? Like, because it's always he. Like I'm pretty sure that all the people who voted for Donald Trump are men. But like, that's what I'm talking about. Because if a lot of people who are bad and deranged and still have racist, sexist, every bad agenda come to mind, okay, is voting for the next president. I don't know why they had the right to do that, but they do, and that's what happened. So that's what I feel like. So I don't know about the critical race theory, which is like they view as the intensive race education in school and workplaces. So are they trying to like not talk about race or like slavery in schools? I mean, like, it would be nice to know like this happened, and it definitely could happen again. It would be nice to know, to like shun that in general, even though that was a major part of the US history of like multiple races being shunned killed, a bunch of negative things happened, Black people, Native American people. That should definitely be taught in an American school. Okay? They're acting like, if it is about that, they're acting like like they're teaching about the first British king or queen. Like that has nothing to do with America, but they're talking about it. No, like this had the race theory. I don't know what, that had 100% to do with how America was even made to begin with. Okay, so it's not like we're pulling, African, like not African, like how Africa was made. I think that was taught, but like if you're African, you should know that. But like something to do with like Brazil and the how Brazil is dangerous. They're not talking about that in like school because it's nothing to do with America. Okay, so it's not bad to know these things. I appreciate hearing these things. When I was 6 years old, hearing about Ruby. I think her name was Ruby. Ruby, like the first Black girl to attend a segregation school. Obviously Martin Luther King, all them Black people. Yeah, I appreciate learning them, especially since I'm Black, dude. So, I mean, like, what do you want them to be taught, and like, what do you want to be taught in schools? Because that's more better information than hearing about geometry. So next is the LGBTQ idea in schools. Concerns that children are being exposed to topics about sexuality and gender identity too early without consent. Again, that's not a bad thing to learn, dude. That's not a bad thing to learn. I feel like it would be better to learn just in case if my child or someone else's child feels like, oh, like this is what I've been feeling. I don't want to feel like a girl. I want to feel like a boy, or I don't want to feel like a boy. I want to feel like a girl. Like I would like, if my child or if your child felt like they were trans or felt like they were gay and they didn't know how to express it, they didn't like, not to express it, but like they felt like there was something wrong because people said it was wrong and they didn't know what it was called, and now we have it in schools and now we know what the fuck it's called. Like my sexuality and my gender has a lot to do with the person I am today. Okay, and if I was taught at an early age what I am, which is a lesbian woman feminist, I would have had it better off, and I wouldn't be in the certain situations that I got myself in at those young ages, because I could have an idea or grasp an idea of who I was. But no, I had to deal with a lot of hardship just to get to the person I am today. So especially if they are trans, they don't have to transition at a late age, which is like 39 or something, because there are some cases like that, or like they don't have to transition at like a late age, or that age may be when they could have such an idea or expressing themselves at a young age. Because being a girl at a young age it's a wonderful experience. Okay, those are the experiences that actually maybe into a more of a feminist to fight for women, because of the little girl I used to be, which was like, I don't even know. It was just basically a magical place, being a little girl. Okay, not Black, not just being a girl in general, especially when I was younger. It was like Barbie land. Okay, it was like Princess land. Okay, and now I'm not in Princess land. But having that idol, that princess idol, I loved it. I loved it. And if my child was like trans, I would want them to have that experience too, because it is a wonderful experience to have like a boy. Like I hanged around a lot of boys when I was growing up, but I was still a girl. It's not the reason why I'm a lesbian. I got a lot of male friends, and what I observed, all they do is just like play in the mud and show me their penis. Like they show me well, not in that kind of way, but like in like a funny way or something, I guess. And being dirty and just, well, the reason why I was friends with them because they were funny and we grew up together. But like playing video games, shit like that. I can't really say much because I never been a boy before. But like, wouldn't you love to have that childhood experience, or would like, as a child, if you felt like you were this and that, and when you get your first girlfriend, your first boyfriend, like, let it be with somebody that you actually like, not that people are forcing you to like. Okay, speaking from experience. What? The whole parental consent, like, parents have nothing to do with any of this, to be honest. Like, first of all, your parents shouldn't know your sexuality. Like, I'm never gonna come out to my mom, even though she's not homophobic or anything, because it's none of her business who I'm sexually attracted to or attracted to in general. Like, that's nothing to do with my mother. Like, my mother has nothing to do with the gender I, could have been. Like, that has nothing to do with my mom. It has everything to do with me. But my mom could help me out and pay for the treatments, but at the same time, like, she doesn't have, her consent has nothing to do with me. What does she need to consent to for me to transition or me to like my same gender? That has nothing to do with the parent. So I guess what they're trying to say, because I can kind of see it with them, like, it being like too sexual or something, or like they might get confused. Well, I don't understand that part, but like I've seen like I don't want my child to be confused and feel pressure to change to a completely different gender, and they don't really know. First of all, when I was a little girl, I knew who I was. That's like, ask every gay person you know. You can ask yourself, were you a completely different child when you were younger? Like, completely, like, you were like a whole different breed when you were a child than today. No. You always had that little, like, that thing that made you, that's still with you today. So, a child could not make the decision to get like everything surgically, but like they could, like, to see if they can, to if they had a doubt so much that they come to you as a child to say, I don't like being a girl, I don't like being a boy. Like, they should know that, dude. They should know that. They should know that. Like, it's not like they're confused. Like, it's something like, and I was like sort of brung up, not when I was younger, like I would say about like 12 years old and 11, like there was a lot more of like the LGBTQ movement, like, getting around. Like, there was a lot more, and I didn't feel like pressure to do anything. Like, I always knew who I was, which is liking girls. My first girlfriend, her name was Katana, and I had her when I was 6 years old. Okay, like, I've always knew it. So it's not like they're just switching everything because they're confused because it's getting shoved. It's not getting shoved. It's an option. If they are or they're not, it's that simple. So don't do that. So the next topic is obviously abortion. Strong pro-life stance supports for restrictions or bans, especially after Roe v. Wade was overturned. So basically, just killing a potential child. So, what did you say? Do I have to do with anything you removing your heart? No, I don't have anything to remove your heart. But don't you need your heart so you can reproduce, so you can stay alive? Yeah, but that has nothing to do with it. That's not. I don't care if you reproduce or not, dude. What? Yeah, you're removing your eyes? Oh, like, how are you gonna see, the person you're romantically involved with so you can have a child with? Oh, that has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me. What? You're getting rid of all your eggs, so how are you gonna reproduce? Oh, right, that has nothing to do with me. Oh, you're cutting your balls off? But you're not actually cutting your balls off, like, you're getting vasectomy? But how are you gonna get children? Oh, that has nothing to do with me. So keep that nothing to do with me involved with everything I just said. Ooh, you're getting an abortion? Okay, that has nothing to do with me. Like, literally. Literally has nothing to do with me. But abortion is gonna destroy the world? How? There's plenty of people having children. How's it? The human race will be destroyed? The human race is going to be destroyed by the global warming that's happening. Huh? Well, yeah, it will be great to not have humans on the planet because we're destroying it. You know what? Exactly. When you get pregnant, you don't have a fully developed baby within you. Keep that in mind. So, if you people should learn this in health class. Like, I've learned this in health class many times. 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th, and also 12th. Health. Always health. And I've watched numerous documentaries on my free time in school about pregnancy and sperm for some reason. So, there's a process that goes on. There's a process for everything. Nothing just comes out of nowhere like human existence. There's not all of a sudden 2 people put on the planet. No, there's a process for everything. It's called evolution. But that's not evolution. That's just a process. So, when the sperm reaches the egg, okay, which takes a long journey, dude. So, again, not instant. When the sperm reaches this egg, the egg is still an egg, okay? It has the potential to be a baby. It's processing everything. It's changing everything. But it's not the baby. It's not a baby. Once the egg is, combined with the sperm, it's in the fallopian tube, which is, okay, I'm not going to explain that. But that's not where it's going to be at, okay? And if a baby does occur in fallopian tubes, you have to get the baby removed because for health reasons, for you and the baby. So what about that? Because there's a lot of health reasons, bigger factors than anything I've ever mentioned that is actually life-threatening for people who go through pregnancy. Okay, but no one wants to talk about that. Like, there's a lot of things you have to be able to do or be able to hurt with having a pregnant belly. And men are having to decide on this. Wow, crazy. Anyways, so the egg is in the fallopian tubes, then it has to go down to the uterus. So it sticks there. And also, the women, everyone has an immune system. Well, not immune system, but your body fights off bacteria. So when the egg, not the baby, goes in the the uterus, and the cervix, and stays there, so can later on become a baby, not a baby yet. The mother's body attacks it because it thinks it's bacteria. It thinks it's something that's not supposed to be. That's what every baby, not baby, process of the baby happens, okay? The body thinks it's an intruder or a bad intruder, and it attacks it. So then the egg is like, wait a minute. It sends out something, I forgot what it's called, to make it not being attacked anymore, which is still not a baby. So let me show you the weeks. So keep that in mind. If women are meant to have babies, we're not meant to have babies. It's an option for us. But God, why is our first initial thing our bodies do as women is attack the sperm, because that's what we do. I don't do that. It's just my body just does it. That's when the sperm is racing to the egg, the uterus attacks it because it thinks it's an intruder, which it technically is. Okay, the vagina is deadly for sperms. Look it up if you don't know. The vagina tries to kill all the sperms because they think it's an intruder, and it also tried to kill the clump of cells that's meant to be a baby. So let's do the weeks of. Try to see and explain. So obviously, look right here. That's a starting point. So that's what I meant. It travels down to the uterus to become the chance of being a baby. But this doesn't look like a baby now, does it? Tell me if that looks like a baby. No. Let's look up the last one. still comes to South, bitch. Look, I can say the same thing when it comes to cancer. Some people have like a small percentage of something becoming cancer, but doesn't make it cancer. No, you just have the tissue of a small percentage of tissue in your body for it to become cancer. But is it cancer? No. We can say the same about the baby. This egg has the potential of becoming a baby, but is it a baby? No. So I asked Google, what week does the baby look like a baby? And it says 20 weeks. And that is 20 weeks. So, but listen, I'm going to have a child, unfortunately, because it's not what I'm supposed to do. It's not what I want to do. It's just something that will happen if I want somebody to stay with me. But let me show you, this is what women have in their body. Now, as a man, if you want children so badly, imagine yourself being a girl. Because please just imagine, dude. Please just imagine. What's going to be in you. So this looks like it could be like the 4th week or the 3rd week. Maybe the 5th. You want that inside of you? Oh no, let me give you another one. Look at all that. That looks like fucking, I don't know if I'm allowed to show this one up close, but like, you want that inside of you? You want that inside of you? How about this one? You want that one inside of you? Oh, okay. No. I used to pull up baby fetuses all the time on Omegle to scare people. Okay, how about this? You want this inside of you? Yeah, they need to give me worse pictures than this. Even though it looks bad. Oh yeah, this one's kind of bad. Hold on, I already looked at one. Not this one though. You want that? This one's gray. I don't know what the fuck is that for. Oh no, this one's like decaying. You want that inside of you? Hold on. I don't know why this person's holding it. This is out of the womb. You want that inside of you? Okay. How about this? You want that inside of you? That's gonna stay inside of you. This is staying inside of you. Like, you want that inside of you? Okay. No, you're not getting it, dude. You're not getting the full thing. You're not getting it all. Huh? You want that inside of you? Oh yeah, this is the one that you claim that's still a baby. You want that inside of you? It looks like to me like this could be like a fucking dolphin or something. Got a tail and all. Okay. This one looks more like a baby, doesn't it? You want that inside of you? Oh, okay. No, okay. Alright, oh, these definitely look like babies. Yeah, those are the cute things that don't come out great. Yep, that's great. Oh no, let me show you another one. What? Let me show you another one. This, I need one like out, like freshly out, like real, the real fetus. Because you're not getting how disturbing these look. But this will be in a woman's body. Oh, it looks like this one's waving at us. Oh, look at that. That's cute. That's so cute. That baby's so cute, dude. Did I show you this one already? Did I show you this one? All you gotta do is just look up baby fetus. Real baby fetus. That's all you need to do. Oh, this one's like actually in the stomach. I don't know how they managed to pull this one off. Oh my god, that's so cute. Okay, that one looks like a real like dead person. Okay, we're not gonna do that. Let me see. I think we're done. That looks dead, so I'm not allowed to show think we're done. Okay. Oh, this one died. This one looks kind of real. I mean, it is real, but like... Now, let me show you babies just after birth. So this is what they look like fully developed out of the womb. Just... And I don't... Look, I would get disgusted looking at my baby, and they look gray. So... Obviously, this is not going to be my baby. Let me show you which one. Is she the mother? So maybe my baby is gonna look white. Ignore the yelling. That's my fuck ass sister. So those are the things that you want people to have so much, but these are not in the third week. Well, not in the third week. Definitely not in the third week. No, this is not in the couple hours. It's definitely not in the week after. The week after that. Those are not what those look like. Those are ones that people are still gonna abort, but those are not the ones that you said that, life begins at conception. Like, those are not the ones, okay? So if those are not the ones and they look severely underdeveloped, what are the ones that start at conception? Well, let me show you. Is this what you're talking about on the baby that women shouldn't abort? Is this what you're talking about? Don't ask me any questions. Okay. That's a 1 week old, and if you don't believe me, look it up. What? This one has an early ultrasound. That's the baby. Oh, that's so cute. Look at those babies that look like straight up fucking circles, dude. So, you don't want me to abort that? What if I was raped on a subway by the ugliest man alive? But if he was the attractive man alive, he should have never raped me either. Or what if I was raped by that person in the alleyway, and he put his sperm in me, and now I have his child? Oh no, I'm gonna force to have his child because now it's illegal to have abortion. Or maybe like my dad, or something, or maybe my brother did that to me, and now I'm pregnant, and then you're still gonna let me go out with that? No, this is not. I don't like to put myself in those kind of predicaments. Let me put you in those type of predicaments. What if you was a girl, or if you was a girl, and you still have those kind of beliefs? What if you were raped by your own dad, your own uncle, your blood? That's incest, by the way. Your baby's gonna come out looking severely deformed, by the way. But let's just say that, because those are reasons why people have an abortion, more than you think. Oh, still have the baby? What if you were raped by a stranger? Okay? Not someone you trusted, a stranger. Homeless man. Let's do that one. Are you just gonna keep the baby still? Because you're Christian? Oh, no? Oh, you will? Oh, that's crazy. You're fucking foul for that. You're fucking foul. You wouldn't, dude, and nobody is. And if those situations that didn't happen, who cares? It is not about you. You're not going to raise the baby, so why should you have a say on what I should do for the baby that is not even a baby yet? It will be different if you're going to help me on the amount of things that you do when the child's born. You had to raise them since 18. Some of them still stick with you after 18. You always have to spend money. You're waking up, newborns, they always fucking cry, Toddlers, worse to hang around, toddlers. And they get up 11 and they're cussing at you, they're being disrespectful to you, and then when they're 18, they're being a whore, they're being a slut, and then, it's disgusting. Would you like to have a child? What do you want to do with that? Especially when you didn't want to. There's a lot of unfit mothers around. There's a lot. I can name a couple. There's a lot of unfit people to even become parents. So if they're unfit and they didn't have an abortion, they wasn't even thinking about having an abortion, but they didn't take care of their kid correctly, what would you think happened to the child, to the people who wanted to get abortions, but they couldn't because of the state that they were in or the country that they're in? Not gonna say they're gonna abuse the child, but like, that's a possibility as well. But let's say they don't keep the child. Let's put them in foster care. People, back in like 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, I don't know about 2024. People always used to say, "Oh, you're adopted. You have a foster, like you're a foster kid or something. Like you're adopted. You were adopted. Like some type of shit like that as an insult because it is. It really is, dude. And there's a lot of cases why people are put in the foster system. But like, it's most of all your family didn't want you. Your mother died. It's always a bad reason as well. Your mother died. No one could take care of you. Nobody wanted to take care of you, so they put you up for a foster system. If I, I do love being alive, even though there's a lot of unfortunate situations. But like, the truth always comes to light, First it appears at a young age, then it appears when you're like, mid-teenager, then it appears in your adult life until you accept the truth. So people are going to say to you, oh, the reason why you're in foster care, because you're like, why don't I have a home? Why am I hanging around a bunch of people? Why am I in like this bedroom? Like this just doesn't feel right for me. Like you already feel that kind of way. People tell, oh, your mom got raped and she didn't want to have you, so she put you in foster care. Or your mom died. Like, no one wants to hear that story. Nobody wants to hear that because basically, like, I would feel like I have no identity. Like I would have no identity. I have to find my identity, and finding your identity takes a long time. But finding your identity and you don't even know what your birth mom is like, your dad is like, and then let's say you get adopted, but like I wouldn't feel the same, dude. I would be grateful, of course, but like, why is my sister being loud? Okay, let me call her. Asha, why are you yelling? Why are you banging on the glass? You need to stop. I'm gonna do you like Will Smith. She's just raging on the game. Okay, she's just raging like I don't know. Like no one's gonna get me that angry anymore. Anyways, but like I would feel, even though I don't like my family, but like I like that's a part of my story. That's a part of everyone's story. It's how they began and what they did to progress, having that family, okay? Even though I don't get along with them, I'm, somewhat grateful to have them because they did make me to the articulate person I am today. So to not have that blood-related family, it will always be in your conscience. Like, that will be on my conscience. Like, where was my mother? Where was my dad? Like, why am I giving, like, yeah, I'm grateful to have a parent. Yes, I'm grateful for all that, but like, it's just not the same. It's just not. Okay, I'm not going to talk about any other ones, even though I said list 10, but I'm just going to give you the main one that, well, not the main one, but like the people who voted for, not Kamala Harris, no. Donald Trump, the main reason why people, well, not the main reason. The people who voted for Donald Trump are all Christian. Every single one of them. So probably to the question, is Donald Trump Christian? No. Okay? And a Christian man, I hope a Christian man wouldn't be acting like that. My Christian man don't act. So Donald Trump's not a Christian, and none of his, I guess abortion, I guess that has to do with Christian, I don't know what it says in the Bible about, that, but like, whatever. But then, if that's the only one, like, why are many Christians voting for Donald Trump? It's because they all know what he has and what they want, which is a country that will later be controlled by them. Okay, Donald Trump is just a pawn in the people who voted for him, stories. He's just a pawn. Okay, he's not the main guy they want. he's a guy to open doors for them to get that guy that they really want in office, which is a Christian man, obviously. So, but that being said, religion is something that will make this video 3 hours long if I talk about the whole logistics of it all. But it is getting into the government, and that's a big no-no. That's the reason why some laws are being taken away, because of the inspiration brought by religion. And religion hurt people more than good. And it's definitely going to hurt the USA if it does reach more into places that we don't want. But I don't think people are that stupid to allow that kind of shit, okay? Because there's a reason why, well, some of the presidents have been Christian, but why Donald Trump is not a Christian. There is a reason why he's not, okay? You know, he's sexist, he's racist, he's all of the kind, but there's a reason why he's not Christian, guys. Like, so let's just hope TikTok doesn't get banned. That's all I have to say. So next time you see me, I will have blue hair, and I should have been taking out my hair, but like, bro, no. Okay. So this topic was so surreal that I had to quit taking out my braids to talk about this. So just enjoy.